学園3年 B 組の皆さん、こんにちは。
はい、こんにちは。
Son of a gun. I was listening to the music like a retard, and I didn't look. I didn't look to see what was going on with the stream. Sorry about that. All right, moving on. So then, I was listening to Senor Biden earlier today. He had some kind of a press conference in front of a union, and you know that creepy whisper that he does. He repeats himself, but then he whispers very softly. And something about that is just ugh. Anyhow, so as I was listening to his little speech, it occurred to me that all of this, I've talked about this sort of in passing, but I guess I want to go ahead and just because I'm not, I don't have like a freaking coalition of like activists and voters and community organizers or whatever. So, as I talk about these things, to all 5.5 of you, everyone say something nice about your guardian Fed right now. As I talk about these things and just sort of prattle on about, I understand that most of what I'm saying really is just to kind of preach to the choir and to offer a kind of suggestion. Maybe this could be beneficial. I'm not sure. But, general words of encouragement and also thought patterns that may be useful. Who knows? We'll see. Anyhow, I realize, it's been on my mind for the past day now, I think. All of this talk about these shots and people bitching and moaning about the efficacy of the shots, that's kind of irrelevant. Royal asks, what if the graphene story is real? Kind of irrelevant. I'm still not taking the shot. I'm not taking the gene jab, the clot shot, whatever the kids call it. I'm not taking it. If the graphene thing turns out to be real, well, awesome. I didn't take it, so I don't care. If the graphene thing turns out to be fake news, well, I didn't take it. I don't care. Is it going to have long-term side effects that involve Gatorade, last syllable of Gatorade? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm not going to take it, so for me it's a non-issue. Anyhow, the point here is that in some sense, and I'm not picking on you, Royal, just so we're on the same page, in some sense, Royal is falling into the trap of, is there something wrong with the shot? Maybe. In some sense, it's kind of irrelevant. The reason for this is because the reason that they're talking about vax mandates and, all this good stuff, and Joe Biden was banging on about how these mandates work. Once we started putting guns to people's heads, they fell in line. Compliance went up across the board. All we had to do was threaten them with homelessness and starvation. Duress works. Threatening people works. That's the takeaway here. From Joe Biden, anyway. And I think of it in these terms. They are demanding that the feds, their own people, are taking the shot. I think they think that this is safe enough that they can force their own people to take the shot. This suggests that the shot is safe enough that they will trust their own minions to take it and not succumb to whatever. Or they trust their own minions to take it and not get so pissed off that they will turn around and attack the overlords forcing this stuff. I still have just the remnants of a little cold AFK BRB, less than 20 seconds. My apologies. And now you can hear a plane in the background. Or is that a plane? No, I think that's a helicopter. No, it's a plane. That's a plane. My apologies. Anyhow, these guys are mandating that their own people take it. So I think that they think that it's safe enough that the majority of their underlings will not turn around and attack them. So, yay. For those of you, I'm one of them, by the way. For those of you who have loved ones who have taken the clot shot, they're probably fine. So long as they have not presented with any major symptoms within the first, 72 hours or something, it looks like they're okay. Again, I'm in pure blood. I'm not taking it. It's very easy for me to say this right now, given that my ability to purchase groceries is not being hindered as of this moment. So we'll see how that turns out in the future. My decision is that I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to participate because it's a slippery slope. the gamble on the part of these despots is that if they can get you to agree to the very first thing, it is easier to get you to agree to the second thing. What's the second thing? The second thing is the passports. I mean, think about it from the standpoint of Google helped write the code for the social credit system being used in China. There is no reason for the American government to say, you know what, this amazing technology just happens to exist. Let's not use it. Of course they're going to use it. They want to use it. The entire point was to get as many people on board as possible. Once you've got the shot, it's easier to start imposing the passports. That's the point. So anytime you're in any discussion with anyone about these shots, the mandates, or whatever, always say no to the passports. It's about social credit passports. That's the point. Do I think that the shot could give someone myocarditis? Yes. Do I think it could give them blood clots? Yes. Do I think that it could possibly lead to, I don't know, seizures or whatever? Yes. I have read VAERS. I have looked into these things. Is it 100%? No, it's not 100%. It's probably like 2 to 5%, which is still far too much for me. You know, I mean, if we're gonna play a gambling game, it's not going to be with myocarditis. It's not going to be with blood clots. It's not going to be with Bell's palsy or with the shakes or anything of this nature. So it's a hard pass on my part. Yes, infertility is another possibility anyway. That one, I don't, like, I've heard stories about it. Maybe that's real, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. Regardless, I don't care. My view of the situation is always the same. My view of the situation is they want passports. I already don't trust the shot, so I'm just not going to take it because I don't trust the shot. But also I'm not going to take the shot because it's the second thing. So anytime you're talking with a person, always bring it back to they want social credit systems. And if you're going to argue with anyone, always bring it back to the social credit system. Always bring it back to the passports. Papers, please. The DNC is basically going all in on this right now. And someone made the observation on Twitter that the unpopularity of the DNC right now is such that people are getting really heated, and normally X or Y political party would backtrack and say, okay, we're going a little bit far now, but maybe we'll dial it down just a bit and then ease back or whatever. And instead, the DNC, they're steamrolling everything, and they're saying, no, fuck you. We're using control. We're using threats, intimidation. We're using duress. We will hurt you for disagreeing with us. And this is going to create a backlash. We have at the moment a very peculiar window right now where people are starting to get really pissy about this. And I don't know who heard about the riot in New York City. I think that's amazing news. They started flipping the tent of a COVID testing site. Oh, I said the word. I hope I don't get algorithmed. Oh my God. All right, whatever. Anyway, that's great news. We are actually in a situation now, presently, where they have pushed people to the point that a riot broke out in New York. Riots have already broken out in Australia. So I'm very happy that people are saying no vehemently. Hello, Jonathan Pohl, by the way. And also, Pico, James Malcolm, Seven Sons, Frank Pliskin, howdy do. I hope everyone is doing well right now. So there is good news. Even though the intimidation and the threats are coming in, they're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down all the time. This is upsetting people, and I think that this is a window of opportunity. I still am of the opinion that we need to exercise every legal option and peaceful option possible. We need to do everything that we can to engage in civil disobedience, peaceful non-compliance. We need to exhaust everything that we can, everything at our disposal that is peaceful. That's my honest opinion for a lot of reasons. So, and I also want to go ahead and throw this out there. This means refusing the testing, and this means refusing the exemptions. If you accept the testing, then you're now engaging in their social credit score program. Don't do that, because that validates it. The only option that I can see right now, and I mean, I don't like thinking in these terms, but this is where my mind is now. Maybe there are other ways of viewing the situation, and really I should get into that mindset. I should get into the mindset of more positive spins. What is the silver lining? What can we do? What are our options? So on and so forth. But just with regards to the social credit system, it's my opinion that if they're going to use threats and intimidation, that should be a hardline no, and there should be no compliance. And if they move to the point of force and exertion, if they move to the point of hurting people, then so be it. They become the aggressors, and then defensive actions are fully justified. So for me, it's a hard no to the tests. It's a hard no to the exemptions. It's a hard no to the shots. And it's a hard no to the passports. Because ultimately this is about control. They say kneel. You cannot kneel. The moment you kneel, they win. Everyone knows this. I have a couple of buddies, two people that I like a lot, and it pains me to say that they have taken the knee for one reason or another, and in each case, these people had reasonable justifications for bending the knee. I will admit that I'm taking a super hard line. Your mileage may vary, and it's very easy for me to say that I'm going to be steadfast. I will not bow. Blah blah blah. When I'm not the one being threatened, so it's I understand the position that I'm in. And it could change. It's entirely possible that there could be spanking new things. Oh, good heavens. Sorry about that. Apparently I'm popular. Someone wants to speak with me. It's entirely possible that my situation could change. It's entirely possible that new threats could come about, and that my position will go from being quite easy to not so easy. So I'm fully cognizant of where I am. At the same time, the reason that I bring up those two fellows, we'll say fellows, Fellow is sort of gender neutral, isn't it? I suppose. Whatever. People. The reason I bring up those two people is because the pressure is being applied. And I know people that have bowed to the pressure. And again, I'm not saying that, this is a very difficult situation. This is a very difficult position. And every time a person bends the knee, every time a person bows down in one form or another, that makes it just a little bit harder for the rest of us. And again, my position is hard no across the line. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I would rather die than bend the fucking knee to these tyrants, to these despots. I would rather that they openly attack me. That's my honest opinion. That's my honest view of the situation. Because these people, they will not quit. They will never quit. They will never stop. They have only ever asked for more things. They have never, ever stopped. The Biden administration said there would be no mandates. Then they said there might be mandates. And now they're saying there are mandates. Also, we only wanted 70% of the population. It's just 80% of the population. It's not like we're talking about 99% of the population. We're only talking about 95% of the population. The changing goalposts, the moving goalposts, that's not a joke. That's not a meme. That's not messing around. These people mean it. They want total compliance. They want total subjugation. Always remember that these people, they want you to be their slaves. Here's the catch. Here's the trick. You have to agree to it. That's the trick. That's the catch. The only option is to refuse. The only option is to refuse agreement. Do not assent. Do not agree to it. Do not accept their invitations. Do not accept their offers. So that's my view on the situation right now. Yes, the temperature is being turned up, and it's very distressing. Out here in sunny Los Angeles, starting on November 1st, I think, I'm not going to be able to get haircuts here any longer. So I'm going to have to go to a different county in order to get a haircut, possibly. I think it might be only for Los Angeles City. If non-Los Angeles City, that is to say cities that are within the county of Los Angeles, but not Los Angeles City. If all the other cities, it's okay to go and get haircuts, then yeah, sure, fine, I can continue to get haircuts. But if it is something that is countywide, then that means that I've got to take a little journey, either to Orange County or to San Bernardino or Ventura or whatever, in order to get a haircut. And I will basically be limited to like CVS and Vaughn's or Ralph's or whatever's closest to me. And that's about it. So there is pressure being applied right now, and it is going to get very, very intense. And I do understand that. And I do understand that, you know, for me, like, yeah, I'm lucky enough that for the moment I can kind of get around without too many issues. This could change. Yes, no one says, dude, just leave LA. I haven't seen a mask in months. Yeah. Having gone out to the Midwest, boy, do I miss the Midwest. It was beautiful. Everyone was nice. I didn't have to wear masks. Leftists, by and large, left you alone. It was great. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. So, for all I know, I may end up getting right back out because I don't want to be here anymore. You know, it's expensive, it's dirty, it's dangerous, it's just a hellscape. Anyhow, let's see here. Steve, how's it going, sport? Hope you're having a good time. What are the deductions and social credit for eating with Eki at In-N-Out? Well, with the social credit system, my understanding is one of the criteria is being in proximity to other people that have tested positive for the COOF. Leaving your phone at home, that's deductions from your credit score. Like, these people are fucking serious, man. I'm all the way to the point now where I don't even want to keep my phone on me anymore. I do, out of convenience for certain kinds of things. But now I'm just like, dude, you know what? I don't even like having it on me anymore. I mean, I already know that all these things have mics on them. They're already tracking your movements. I mean, it's creepy stuff. Creepy stuff. You talk about things. You verbally talk about things. You say words with your mouth, and then you sit down. You pick up the computer. You type things into the browser, and suddenly it's tuning in on key words that you said when you were talking with someone. I mean, creepy stuff. Anyhow, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take a brief little interlude right now. I believe we're going to go ahead and play a track by, I forget these guys' names, but this is in reference to how upset I feel whenever I think about all of these little isms. I first heard this track on War Aesthetics, a great YouTube channel that I highly recommend checking out.
quisiera estar ahí más. No tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no. No tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero, no, 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 no tengo dinero, no tengo dinero,
I freaking love that track. It's a ridiculous track. I don't care. I freaking love it. Anyhow, so yeah, the the rotoscope makes it for some reason. I don't know why, but I love how ridiculous. Whatever. Anyway, because it takes so much effort to do rotoscope. I mean, you get to eliminate a lot of problems with rotoscope. Lighting becomes a non-issue. You can basically do whatever. You can film whatever you want. It's completely fine, and you don't have to do any like color grading. You don't have to match anything. The things can be out of focus. They can be in focus. There's a lot to be said for rotoscope in terms of making a consistent image. On the other hand, just get some decent light. Oh no, did I? Is the stream suspended for policy violations? Am I still streaming? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna keep it going just for a moment, see what happens. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna keep it going for the moment and just see if the stream magically pops up again. What a freaking bummer. Because if the stream just starts to pop up again, then I'll keep streaming. All right, I think I'm back. I think. All right, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm 90% sure that I'm back. Anyone in the chat, if anyone's here, like, just let me know that I'm yammering to myself. If not, that's fine too. But I'm okay. All right. I'm pretty sure that I'm back. Whatever. Moving on. Oh gosh. Maybe I'll go ahead and edit this stream or something like that. What a freaking bummer, dude. Holy cow. All right. Anyhow. Okay. So, I might just like upload the stream without that track being played. It's a great track though. Whatever that track was that I played, No Tango Dinero. I don't have any money. Oh my gosh, I can't believe some hyper obscure freaking Italian disco track got me a strike. Like, I spend all of my time trying to not play freaking Michael Jackson or whatever. Or, you know, like, I don't know, The Cure, Depeche Mode, things that, like, you know are going to get you a strike for sure. Meanwhile, some ridiculous track that, like, no one has even heard of, that's the one that gets me. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm over it. All right. I can't believe it. What a freaking bummer. All right. I guess I learned my lesson there. That's fine. Anyway, all right. So coming back. Yeah, screws are being turned. So to everyone, hold the line. Hold the line. I'm going to make this kind of a shorter stream. I'm going to play one more track after this. One that has yet to get me a strike. Or get me algorithmed or whatever. So that'll be what I play as my final track. But yeah, things are about to get real. And for people that have taken the jab, like, there are reasons why people do it, and I'm not going to begrudge them, not too much anyway. Would it be nice if everyone were to refuse across the board? Well, I mean, it'd make things easier. You know, it'd be much easier if just everyone refused. But on the other hand, when people's paychecks are being threatened, it's like, well, you know what? Like, I get that. And when people have, investments threatened, I get it. You know, sometimes your job means you have to travel places. And right now it looks like we're moving slowly. We're drifting ever so slowly into some bizarro USSA timeline where we've got the KGB just locking everything down, demanding that everyone do this, that, and the other thing on pain of who knows what. For now, it's just financial, but for all we know, it's going to be flu logs at some point. I have no idea. And the peculiar thing is it's only aimed at one demographic, one racial demographic, mine. All the other racial demographics, they get a free pass, but only my racial demographic is being threatened and coerced into taking the jab. It's really, really weird. At any rate, yeah, just for those of you who are purebloods and are going to remain purebloods, like myself, stay strong. It's going to get rough. I expect that they're going to come after me at some point, and I'm not going to blink. I'm not going to blink. I'm just going to say no. Go fuck yourself. If I have to become an Amish person, then so be it. But I'm not dealing with this shit. Period. And I'm going to find other people that are of the same mindset. Noen was saying earlier, yeah, Eki, just leave LA. And you know what? Like, over the past week, that's all I've been thinking about is how great it was to not be in Los Angeles and how I miss being in a place where I don't have to put a frickin' muzzle on every time I go into a store, where I don't have to be silent whenever something bothers me, where I can actually speak my mind, which I cannot do here. So, yeah, I don't think that there's any choice any longer. I think that realistically, my staying in Los Angeles is only going to, just make my health decline or so. Like, I got a freaking cold. on my, immediately before coming back to Los Angeles, and something about that struck me as being somewhat portentous. Even the knowledge of having to come back to this place was enough to make me feel sick. Isn't that funny? Anyway. All right. So that's basically it. I just wanted to go ahead and throw it out there. And maybe I'll do another stream about this in the next couple of days and just take this one down. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe YouTube will censor my stream for me. I'm not sure. But then again, this does need to be talked about more. This needs to be something that is repeated often. Don't let it be about the shop, the shots. It has to be about the passports. If you're ever in a situation where you're talking to people about how you're distraught about the goings-on, never let it be about how effective the shots are. Never let it be about the blood clots alone. Are there real blood clot situations going on? Yes. But that's not the point. The point is that they want you to be tracked at all times. So don't let that happen. The only way that you can keep that from happening is total non-compliance. It's the only way. If everyone is Spartacus, then we win. So that's basically it in a nutshell. And even to the people who have taken the jab, because there are those of us who get it and who have taken the jab. So I'm not going to discount those people. I'm fine because my view of it is that, okay, a little bit of schizo posting just for a minute. I don't think the shot is the mark of the beast. I don't. I think the shot is the opening to the mark of the beast. I think the passport system is the mark of the beast. That's what I think. As crazy as that sounds, I don't care how crazy it sounds. That's what I think. So I'm not going to get too pissed off at the moment, I guess, at people who have taken the jab, so long as you refuse to engage in the passport scam, so long as you refuse to, they say papers, please. As long as you're refusing to present papers, as long as you're refusing to even sign papers, as long as you're refusing to download apps, win. That's a win. We're doing good. So that's my view of the situation overall. And I say that in part because, again, like, large numbers of my family have taken the jab, and I am concerned for them. I am very concerned that they could end up suffering health problems. And apart from that, if they start engaging in papers, please, then I know that we have moved into a police state, a formal police state. So my position is always going to be the same. Hard line no. If they're going to attack me for saying no, then so be it. They're going to attack me for saying no. But, I'm not going to volunteer it. I'm not going to acquiesce. I'm not saying yes to it. They will never get me to say yes. And always remember that within the mythology of the vampire, within the lore of the vampire needs you to say yes. The vampire needs you to invite it inside. It needs you to agree. That's why you always say no. That's why my answer is always no. So that's just the way that it is. And yes, Jonathan Pohl says the feds already know where we eat. Correct. But just because they know where we eat doesn't give them power over us. We have to say no. I really think this is going to be like, what is it, that line in Fight Club? Our great war is a spiritual war. It's crazy as frickin' Chuck Palahniuk or however you pronounce his name is. As crazy as that guy was, kind of right. Ours is a battle taking place in the mind and in our spirit and in our soul. I agree with that. And that's why I say no. Give no quarter to evil. Period. All right. On that wonderful note, I'm just going to play one last track, one that has, to my knowledge, not given me a strike or anything of the sort, so I should be fine with this one. I love this track. It reminds me of the better days of early 2019, so, yeah. Stay strong, my dudes. I'm going to learn how to psychologically get on without my tracking device, my cell phone, and that means marking off the time with my Casio A158 wrist check. I am wearing my Casio A158 right now. And great watch, by the way. Great freaking watch. It's about $20. Prices have gone up on Amazon, so, I got mine back when it was like $18 or something. Well, back when it was $18 on Amazon, I went to brick and mortar, so I spent like $32 or $35 on mine, so I spent a little bit extra, but, it's fine by me. But yeah, for $20, it's just as accurate as any $5,000 mechanical. Looks handsome, and yeah, it's great. Everything you need, nothing you don't. So highly recommend getting a Casio A158. Join the water resistance, my guys. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance. Also, brush and floss your teeth. That's very important. If we're going to be talking about proselytizing the good word of the pure blood, then I think that we ought to be brushing and flossing our teeth. So don't be like the clot bloods. Don't be like the mud bloods. Brush and floss your teeth. And I guess, yeah, and once again, to really, really hammer this point home, it's okay to say no. It's good to say no to evil. Vampires need you to say yes to them. Don't give them the yes that they want. Say no. Always say no. It's okay to say no. All right, guys, I'm going to let out. No more Italian disco for old Eke for the next little while. Instead, we're going to chill out now that we've spent a little bit of time hyperventilating about the New World Order, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and break it down just a little bit.
This could be your year. Make an old man proud of you. Forget about the tears on the level. See me eye to eye. Stand up like a man, even from the other side. On the level, on the level. Never had a choice. Never had a chance. Never had a voice. On the level, carrying a name. Fall onto my final day. Who's that
All right, I think I'm back. All right. Well, that was terrible. So go ahead and I'll play my normal outro music and hope that this will not trigger the algorithm. Otherwise, I can only assume. I can only assume that I'm going to have to figure out like a whole new bit of music to play so that I don't get algorithmed. All right, well, okay, everybody. Once again, I'm going to let out. While I'm thinking about it, there's something that I used to say that I was thinking about. Like, I hadn't streamed in what, like 6 weeks, like a month and change, and for some reason I forgot. But I mean, even still, I used to I was streaming albums immediately before I left. Whatever. Anyway, one of my favorite things that I can't believe I forgot about this, but it's a great concept, and I like it, and I agree with it. We are being threatened by evil forces. We are being threatened by despots. We are being threatened by people. If I were to say that I believe in demons, I would say that these people are in league with demons. Schizo posting, whatever, I don't care. You can fight evil with God on your side, or you can fight evil without God on your side. My choice is to fight evil with God on my side. So, to everyone listening, God be with you, and I hope everyone has a good evening.